Welcome to our YouTube channel, The Engineering Sparkle, a channel where we unveil the exciting profession, engineering and safety. Engineering and safety, I will say, is the backbone of the society. Engineering creates solutions to several of man's problems and makes life easy and enjoyable for everybody to live in. Today, you find out that the price of fuel has gone up, and that is something that is really biting the common man. Let's listen to the common man on the street.
About my keke.
Oh, yeah.
The keke all year before, when I dey buy, the 1 litre na 3,500. But from now when the fuel don go up, come go 5,000 naira.
That's
Come go 5,000 naira. But if you say you wan buy Mobi higher than that, Disco 2,000.
so that means the fuel is really affecting your business.
E dey affect well, very affect. One I want to pray to God make the fuel fit come down to the normal price. Everything go come to normal price. But the fuel is coming down small, but things in the market still going higher and still remaining the same thing. They never still comot any single money for inside.
Okay. The fuel scarcity is really affecting me negatively in the sense that it's not easy for Kadama to raise 1,000 naira, and once you raise it, you will now use it to buy just 1 liter of fuel. Using it to buy just 1 liter of fuel at the end of the day, using 1,000 naira to buy 1 liter of fuel at the end of the day, then working it back is not easy. So the fuel increment is not really helping my business at all, because right from the day the fuel was increased, I can't even save another 500 naira. I will work and buy fuel. I hardly feed my family. So it's really affecting me. So is anything that can be done to make the fuel consumption to be lesser? I will appreciate. To make the fuel conversion to be easier for me, I will appreciate.
the common man is crying because of the hike in fuel price, and a lot of persons are looking for different means, different ways to see how they can reduce the consumption of fuel so that they can be able to save for the rainy day. And a lot of them have decided to do so many funny things that might at the end of the day be detrimental to their equipment, to their car or their engines. Now, we've seen this video that is trending, which you can see these artisans trying to modify a muffler with the aim of reducing fuel consumption. Ignorance is a seed that can destroy. So we are here today to enlighten you people, so people will know what to do in order to have a better life, for them to enjoy their equipment, not trying to cut costs. At the end of the day, they increase the cost, just like as we are seeing in this video. With me to discuss this issue is
Engineer Francis Okere, Vice Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Warri.
you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
You've seen this video, how they are modifying their exhaust muffler to reduce costs. Is it possible to reduce or to increase fuel economy of an engine more than, because every engine, the manufacturer has already given it a specification, a specified quantity of fuel that it will consume. Is it possible to increase the fuel economy?
Yes, I've seen that viral video, and I'll tell you the simple truth. Car manufacturers design their engine according to capacity. So the capacity of the engine, first of all, determine the consumption rates of the vehicle for fuel. Now, what those artisans are doing there is no way that will bring about less consumption of fuel. There is no way, because the manufacturers put a whole lot of things into considerations before they came up with that design. What you see them doing there is stuffing the exhaust port with some kind of heat high resistant materials, thinking that that will help us reduce the fuel consumption. What you can only get is that it helps you reduce the sound of the engine. But I'll tell you, by doing that, it will also create a pressure, high back pressure, which will eventually damage the engine of the equipment or of the vehicle. Naturally, there's supposed to be a small back pressure according to design. But when they stuff your engine or stuff your muffler with such materials, it creates high back pressure, which eventually affects your engine, increase back pressure, increase heat, and all that.
Okay. So what can cause increase in fuel consumption in an engine?
There are a whole lot of reasons why we can have high fuel consumptions. First, if you have bad nozzles, your fuel consumption will be very high.
Higher than the manufacturer?
Yes, bad nozzles, bad plugs. You talk about the oxygen sensor not working properly, and these are just some of the reasons why you can have high consumptions of fuel. If your top cylinder is also bad, you can also the rings of your engine, if it's so weak, you can have high consumption. If the valves of the engine too are so weak, they don't seal properly, then you can also discover that yes, you have a high consumption of fuel. There's one other angle that we can also look at. If the tire pressure is not proper, it's not according to the material's spec, then that will also increase the fuel consumption of your vehicles too. Thank you.
Okay. What are the components of an exhaust and how does it affect fuel economy?
Yeah, the exhaust system have a lot of systems put together, you know, to ensure the workability of the engine and help also to reduce sound and fuel consumption. You have what we call the catalytic converter, you have what we call the exhaust manifold, you have the muffler, and the exhaust pipe itself. So these are just, we also have the oxygen sensor also attached to the exhaust system. You understand? So these are the things that needs to be in good working conditions so as to ensure that you get good sounds and good working condition of the engine. This will also help, in reducing fuel economy also, if all of these are working well. Thank you.
I've heard the layman mention Indomie. And the first time when I heard that I was surprised. What is an Indomie in an exhaust system?
You know,
Where is it?
the layman they always come up with funny kind of names. Indomie is not the Indomie that we eat, you know. But Indomie is what I also referred to earlier on, catalytic converter. That is the
And they
scientific
also
name.
say the Indomie is in fuel increase in fuel consumption.
No, I think what they say is that the Indomie help in fuel reduction, fuel consumption reduction. But to tell you the actual fact, Indomie has a different, look at me using the funny name too. The catalytic converter has its own function. What that does is to help you convert the toxic fumes in that comes from the exhaust, so that what goes to the environment is something that is admissible and permissible. You know, in other climes like US and Canada, if your catalytic converter is not working well and you take it um, for inspection, definitely your vehicle will not pass the inspection because the exhaust that will be discharged will definitely not meet the standard. But in Nigeria, anything goes, nothing concerns any one of us. And what you see all those laymen also doing is to stop the catalytic converter with heat resistant stuff. You understand? And they will tell you that that will also help you to reduce the fuel consumption of your vehicle. Yeah, but I tell you that is a big lie. Like I said earlier on, when you stuff the exhaust port and muffler, and with even wire gauze too, what you get is excessive high pressure, and that excessive back pressure can damage your engine, because by the time you rev the engine, what then happens? The exhaust, the fumes, the discharge will not be able to go through the exhaust system smoothly. Rather, it will want to come back to the engine. And once it's coming back to the engine, it builds up excessive pressure and can lead to engine burst. That is one of the things you can get. And you know what will happen if your engine gets burst.
So it is not Indomie. The right name is catalytic converter.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Engineer Francis.
Thank
So
you very
now,
much.
what can we do for proper fuel economy?
Yeah, there are a whole lot of things that you need to do to ensure that, yes, your vehicle consumes less fuel. First of all, ensure that the plugs, your spark plugs, are in good working conditions. This will help you to ignite the combustion system, the fumes with ease, and they will combust very well. The injector nozzles should be in good working condition. If any one of them is damaged, then you need to replace them. The engine oxygen sensor should also be in good working conditions. The air filter should be changed regularly. If the air filter is not working very well, that means you will not be able to suck oxygen or air from the outside into the engine block, for effective combustion, because there's a ratio of combustion between the fuel and the air that is permissible for good um, combustion in the engine system. So if this ratio is not met, you either have high excessive fuel, and high excessive fuel will result to high fuel consumption, especially when you're in traffic. Now, also there are other things you need to look at too. Each car manufacturer has a specific tire pressure design for each vehicle. So if your tire pressure is very, very low, it will also help also in high consumption of vehicles. And at this point in time, this is the time that you should use um, um, engines that have low capacity. Instead of you to use V8, V6, why not go for V4 or V3? Or engine capacity with 1.6 liter engine capacity. Those are the ones that consumes less fuel. By the time you use V8, man, I'm just sorry to say, but your consumption, there's nothing you can do to minimize fuel economy when you use all these big vehicles. So what you first of all do, think of first low energy, low consumption vehicles, fuel consumption vehicles. You think of them first, then before you now begin to think of how to put your vehicle in order. Maintenance, regular maintenance is key, to low fuel consumption in your vehicles or even equipment. It is very, very important. When you take care of all of these things, few things which I've mentioned, then you discover that yes, your vehicle will maintain low fuel consumption, alongside with the exhaust system. All of them are interconnected and related together. Thank you.
So you make sure that you service your engines as at when due, change your oil as at when due. Now, one of the drivers we interviewed on the street made mention that the engine oil is so expensive that even said the fake one, that's what they are buying now because it is cheaper. What do you advise? Is it any type of engine oil that you can use to service our equipment or our engines? Will the type of oil will it not affect the effectiveness of the engine?
I think what that, do I call it, the user of that vehicle or whatever is saying is very, very wrong. You don't use any kind of oil. Each equipment or vehicle has a particular oil designed for it, and there are high grades of oil. Any surchanging of oil using less or low quality engine oil will definitely damage your engine. and it's not advisable that you go for less. No matter how expensive this genuine engine oil might be, it is still advisable for you to go for them, because I have experienced it. You know what these sales persons do these days? They will just go and buy mix some kind of, I don't know, products, and put it inside high quality premium container oil, and sell to you as high quality oil, and you not knowing you also buy this. So that is why it's good for you to go to dealers. Filling stations are better, you understand, but I'm not vouching for all filling stations, but you still have some who do sharp practices too. But do your best and look for people who are key and major distributors who deal on genuine motor engine oils. This is one thing that will preserve your engine and you will enjoy your vehicles. Don't go for less.
So remember, this program we are trying to make to enlighten you. So no matter how expensive the quality oil is, in the long run, it is better for you to go for that than using the low quality that will end up destroying your engine. And at the end of the day, you might even end up spending more.
You will spend more,
Because the
definitely.
engine can get knocked.
Once you get knocked, what do you expect? An average cost for an engine now is not less than 1 million naira.
So penny wise, pound foolish.
And for you to buy original engine oil, depending if it's a keke, keke's owner is around okay, 1 liter engine of all of this is around maybe 5,000, between 5,000 and 6,500 or thereabout. And for vehicle, you'll be talking about 15 to 30,000, depending on the grade of oil. You have engine oils that are cost up to like 50,000 and then for 4 liter or thereabout. You know, it depends on the grade and the recommended engine oil your vehicle is designed to use. So if you go for less, man, I'm sorry. You know, we have this slogan, especially in safety, say if safety is expensive, try accident. So if you think that going for less engine oil is better for you, then you will have pay the high price of buying a new engine when the time comes.
Engineer, I've seen cases where people they now start to they now start running away from fuel, now go for gas, CUG engines. You know, they go to maybe all these roadside people construct their, the cylinder and then do the installation. I've heard one or two cases whereby the cylinder got burst, exploded, and the vehicle caught fire. What is your advice on that? Because like we said earlier, people are looking for solutions. That is why they are going to see you in engine. Do you have what advice would you give to somebody that wants to go see engines?
Now, for my advice to anyone who want to convert from fuel to CNG, please patronize professionals those who are trained to install CNG kits in your vehicles. Now, I know that it's good for us to be entrepreneurial, but I want to say, you know, these artisans that help to do these constructions, the main part that causes these explosions or whatever is the cylinder. Now, when they do this, when they construct these cylinders, first of all, the layman will just construct and they will not even pressure test. They will not test the joints, take it for x-ray or do MP or whatever. You know, these ones are called these are integrity tests, you know, that they need to carry out on the cylinders. They don't carry out this integrity test on these cylinders, and what then happens? Yes, like you are not driving with time bomb attached to your vehicles. So these are just some of the reasons. Not that they don't have these skills to carry out these conversions, but they need to go for the training. If you want to go for the training, and if you are doing it locally, then you must ensure that this cylinder you construct, you take them for integrity test. Ensure that the pressure that you have to subject them to surpasses the pressure that they will hold. If you do this, I think then you are good to go.
What's the final word to the public?
My final word, be safe, be strong, do the right thing, don't cut corners. If not, shortcuts will cut short your life or equipment. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sure that you all have learned a lot from this interaction with Engineer Francis. What is your take? Do you have any question? Is there anything you would like to contribute? Please feel free to tell us on the comment section. For you to continue to see us, like our page and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay.
And